Hi, my name is Victoria Slavin, and I'm going to be talking about Module 7, Chapter 7, Processing Persuasive Communication. Sorry. I'm what I picked in the book to talk about specifically is the attitude changing approach. I guess in the book it's called Yale Attitude Changing Approach. But anyways, I'm going to talk about what it means and how it has affected my life, or how I've experienced it in mine. So what it is it affects the attitudes of the communicator's credibility and the messages and how the audience members' personality traits, and how it shows in that. So how I've experienced this is at work, I've noticed that whenever somebody wants something or wants you to do something, they can either be super nice about it or they can be really rude, and it all shows in their body language, how they act, and how they ask. Reading more in the chapter, it says depending on what the person has to do, it all shows in their attitude, which I had already said, but I really agree with that, because after I read this chapter, I really noticed it at work, and how some can be super nice when they ask you, and some can be just plain out rude and just expect you to do it right when they ask. And then again, that can be hard if you're in the middle of trying to finish what you were already doing before they asked. And if they want it done, if it's not done the way they expect it to be done or the way they would have done it, they can be even more rude about that, and that shows whenever they're talking and in their body language and how they ask, how they tell you it's wrong and things like that. So I've experienced that, like I said, at work, and it's honestly it's hard to help somebody or hard to do it whenever they're that rude, because you don't want to do it wrong again and then them be exactly like they were when they asked you to do it. In my opinion, I would be super nice about that and ask them, because if it's something that you want done, then be nice when you're asking somebody else about it. And whenever they're talking to other people, so going into where it says the audience members' personality traits, if you're talking to an audience, you have to have really good attitude and showing that you care about what you're talking about, showing that you have interest in it and you want them to take interest in it. You can't expect others to just automatically be interested in it, even if you don't show any interest, because you're not persuading them to have interest in it. So just think about that whenever you ask somebody to do something, or whenever someone asks you, just listen the way they're asking you, and and look at their body language, look at the way that they're asking you, listen to the tone in their voice. That's another way. There's many different ways, just by listening and seeing how they are for this attitude approach, because it can really show, and it really makes you think to make sure you're not like that. So to kind of sum it up, I talked about the attitude changing approach and how much it shows in a person and how their attitude is whenever they ask you to do something, or even in their body language or their face on how they ask you to do anything. So just think about it. Thanks.